Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again towards Parashat Tetzaveh, which is also known as Parashat Zachor, for a short and sweet idea about Parashat Zachor. Zachor teaches us to remember the Amalekites. Zachor et asher asa lecha Amalek. We must remember them. Of course, there's not an ethnic issue. There's a deeper issue here, which is something about them that HaKadosh Baruch Hu could not bear. What is it about them? So the Pasuk tells us about them, what they did to us. Asher karacha baderech. What does it mean that they did karacha? What is karacha? We have to look into Rashi. Rashi brings three explanations. I'd like to look into the third explanation of Rashi. He explains it from the verb, from cold, cooling off. Kar is cold. So he explains as follows. Lashon kol v'chom. It's talking about heat and coldness. Tzinincha v'hivshircha meritchatcha. Amalek came and cooled us off from our excitement. Shehayu ha'umot yireim lilachem bachem. That all the nations heard about how God saved us from Egypt and the splitting of the Red Sea and how we've become the chosen nation, and we became untouchable in the eyes of the nations. Came Amalek, and they were the first to attack us. We were not supposed to be people of the sword. Esau is person of the swords. Hakol kol Yaakov, the voice is the voice of Jacob. V'hayadayim yadei Esav, and the hands of war, of swords belong to Esau. We're not supposed to be using swords at all. And therefore, what they did was they attacked us and they made us pick up a sword, something that was not to be part of our nature. And therefore, our sword is launched against them from then until today, because they made us pick up the sword, so we're using the sword against them. Mashal la'ambatya rotachat. There is an analogy that Rashi brings for a boiling hot bathtub. She'en kol bria yechola laredet betocha. It is so boiling that nobody actually can go into this bathtub. Ba ben Belial, came this terrible person, kafatz v'yarad letocha, and jumped into this boiling bathtub. Afal pi shenechva, even though he got burnt, hikra ota b'fnei acherim. He cooled off the bathtub for others. Even though we beat Amalek after they attacked us, Vayachalosh Yoshua et Amalek lefi charev, that Yoshua beat them and weakened them after they attacked us, or beat them back. But they showed the whole world that the Jews can be attacked. And they actually, according to Rashi, changed the direction of history in such a way that we have to use our sword, and therefore it is waved against them from then until today. But as I said, it's not an ethnic group. It is a group of people who want to eradicate Jews from the world, who are Nazis, who are actually just want to, wherever there is a Jew, they find it is a danger to the world, and they want to eradicate the world from Jews. And they are evil people. And they are evil people. And we have to know that we have to fight them. It is uncomfortable to fight. It is unfortunate we have to fight. We're not by nature fighting people, but when it comes to these people, we mustn't be lazy. We have to do this. That is according to Rashi. Comes along the Sfat Emet. The Sfat Emet was the second Rebbe, Admor in the dynasty of Gur, 150 years ago in Poland. Rabbi Yehuda Aryeh Leib Alta And in his Perush Sfat Emet, he brings up something very interesting, focusing on one of the most famous psukim we have towards the end of Megillat Esther. And the pasuk says, La Yehudim Haita Ora V'Simcha V'Sasson V'Yikar, which is translated, the Jews enjoyed light and gladness, happiness, and honor. What is going on here? What are these four descriptions? Says the Talmud in Megillah Tetzayin, it explains that these are four types of happiness, four types of positive energies. Ora Zot Torah, which means not only learning Torah in an academic way, but actually enjoying it and actually learning Torah with what they call in Yiddish a geschmack, to do it with enthusiasm. Simcha is Simchat Yom Tov. That means when it comes to Pesach, Shavuos, Sukkot, we do Yom Tov. We don't just eat a bit more and just go to shul. We actually are happy with Yom Tov. Sasson is Brit Milah, when we have to, when the child is 8 days old and we give him a circumcision. It's not just simply a surgery. It is done with happiness. We're bringing him into the covenant. And Vikar is Tefillin. Tefillin is special because we're actually putting a crown on our heads. We are children of the Almighty. We are children of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And to show that, so for a few minutes a day, we put a crown on our head, and that is the honor. That is the honor. But what is going on here, really, he asks. We know that if at the end of the Megillah, it says that we had these mitzvot again. We could learn Torah, we could keep the Chagim, we could keep Brit Milah, we could keep the fourth one, which is which is Tefillin. What, during the time of the decree of Haman, we couldn't keep these mitzvot? Is that true? I thought the decree against keeping mitzvot was the times of the Hasmoneans, was the times of the Greeks, and that is the simcha of Hanukkah, because they were against our spirituality. During Purim, they were not against our spirituality; they were against our bodies. They wanted to exterminate the Jews from the world. They were Amalek. They wanted to get rid of us. It wasn't a matter of doing mitzvot. Why are these mitzvot mentioned here? So the Sfat Emet explains beautifully. And he says, no, it's not that we couldn't keep the mitzvot. Sure, we could keep the mitzvot, but they cooled us down. We did learn Torah, but because of the decrees of Haman, we were learning Torah, but we were sad. We were doing it in a dry and a fashion, just with our bodies and our brains, but without enthusiasm. And came along Purim and gave us back our enthusiasm. When it came to Yom Tov, so yes, we did Yom Tov. We could keep the mitzvah, but we didn't. We lost our enthusiasm because that's what they do. Amalek cools us off. Purim is all about bringing back our enthusiasm to Tefillin and to Brit Milah and to Yom Tov and to learning Torah. Bring back enthusiasm into our life. Our life of Torah and of mitzvot is not just a to-do list that we tick off as we go along. No, we have to understand Purim has come to teach us. We have to put our heart into this. We have to invest our heart into Torah and mitzvot. And only by investing our heart do we actually manage to overcome Amalek, because Amalek, all they want to do is to cool us off. And we want to do the opposite. We want to show that we're boiling hot. We're doing mitzvot with enthusiasm, with all our heart. Wishing you all Shabbat Shalom and Freilich Purim, a happy Purim. Your Purim should be full of La Yudim Haita Ora V'Simcha V'Zason V'Ikar. Should be full of light, gladness, happiness, and all.